What I love the most about Mom is what a caring and giving person she is. Even if she is having a bad day, if I'm having a worse day, I can call and she will just cheer me up. And
this is my tribute to Mom. And what I love most about my mom, Betty, is that she was never judgmental when she raised us. She would just talk to us and listen to what we have to say and never judge it. And
what I love the most about Betty is her tendency to care about people in general. Like, there's never, like, even far, far away, I'm all the way in North Carolina, and all the way from Florida, I still, like, feel like she cares about me, and I really appreciate that a lot.
What I love most about Betty is her ability to just cut right to the truth. She knows what the deal is most of the time. And I love that about her because I feel like that has armed all of us with the ability to be no nonsense and to call a spade and be able to kind of just get to the heart of the matter, no matter what it is.
What I love most about Betty is her ability to make a funny joke that she doesn't even have to try on. It's just what she says normally, and it's cute and we like it.
What I love most about Betty is the person that she is and the gift that she gave to me. Because of her that I have my wonderful wife and our family. And for the first time, I feel like part of a family with John and Linda and Rachel. And it's all because of you, Betty. Thanks.
so I have a lot of funny memories about Mom and my childhood, but none of which I can share in mixed company, especially when Cruz and Connor are watching. So I think the memory I'd like to share is when I was in junior high and we had this horrible assistant principal, and I used to arrive late to school a lot. I would sleep in, and I finally was called into the assistant principal's office, and he said, "You've been late one too many times and you are getting a 3-day suspension. You cannot come to school for 3 days." And I said, "Well, that's not going to be acceptable. My mother is not going to be happy about that." And he said, "Well, that's the way it is." And I said, "Well, why don't you call her?" So he calls her, and I'm standing there, and I can hear her screaming and cursing through the phone, and he's just saying, And after a few minutes, he hung up the phone, and he looked at me, and he said, "Okay, go back to class. You can stay." And that was it. I wasn't suspended. Go, Mom.
My funniest memory with Betty is when we used to always play jumping monkeys and she would laugh so hard.
One of the funniest memories I have of Mom is when we had to go clothes shopping for school shopping, but Dave decided that he needed to fix the Honda. It was making some noises, and he decided he needed to fix it himself. So he took the whole engine apart and laid every piece out on a sheet on the front yard on East Riding Drive. And when it was time for us to go, he said, "Just give me a little bit more time. I'm putting it back together." And he put it back together, but there were 2 or 3 pieces left on the sheet. And so we got in the car and we backed out, and it started pop, 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 and smoke was coming out, and we just laughed. Me and Mom laughed so hard I thought we were going to pee our pants.
The funniest memory that I have of Betty is when we were all sitting on the couch and all of us were on our phones except Betty, and she got frustrated that we were on our phones and told us to get off them. And then 5 minutes later, she was on her iPad doing her jigsaw puzzles.
My funniest memory of my mother is way back when I was 10 or 12 years old. We were sitting around the dinner table, and I dropped my fork onto the floor and played the 10-second rule and started eating. And she looked at me and said, "You are so disgusting." And let out the biggest burp in front of all of us, and we all started rolling, laughing.
The happiest memory I have of Mom is when I gave birth to my second son, Luke, and Mom came to stay with us, and she took care of Brooks, and she brought Brooks to the hospital every day, and then when I got home, she stayed for another week and cooked for me.
Okay, so some of my favorite memories of Betty. I remember when I was younger, Madeline and I were younger, and we would be at Betty and Grandpa Dave's house, and we'd be watching Cruz and sometimes Connor when he was really little, but especially I remember Cruz being a baby, and we would just hang out with Betty all day and watch Cruz as a baby, and the only thing that would put him to sleep, Betty knew his secret, was playing the Beach Boys. So we would hold him and sing and dance to the Beach Boys, and that was a really great memory of Betty when I was younger.
My happiest memory with Betty is when she used to take us to the zoo all the time.
My favorite memory of Betty is probably sitting in her living room looking through all her photo albums with her. She'd tell me like stories of when she went to all these different places and seeing all these cool things.
My favorite memory of Betty is just sitting in her living room, chilling out, talking about life, sharing my problems, sharing my concerns, sharing my happinesses and failures with her.
My favorite memory of Betty was when Dave got sick, and Sue and I were fortunate enough to come down and be with Betty during his time, and we got to be there and care for that man and help him in his last days, and to watch her care for the man that she loved and be the person she was, and to be there with her during that time was my favorite memory.
My wish for Betty in the new year is that she will be healthy and happy and strong. I think one of the greatest things about Betty Crowther is that she's a strong person, and you know that she can make it through just about anything.
My wish for Betty in the future is that she finds more people, more places, more fields of interest or study that bring her enjoyment and make her happy. I know as a young college student, I'm finding all kinds of new things that make me happy, but my wish for myself when I'm old is that I'm still finding things to make me happy and make being here worthwhile, and that's what I hope for her as well, because she's so great.
My wishes for Betty in the future are that she has good health.
My hopes for Betty in the future is that she'll have lots of good health and happiness, and that she will have a good, healthy heart and enjoy the rest of her life.
My wish for Betty in the new year is that she come back to North Carolina and be healthy, and I won't take her to the Chinese restaurant so she don't have to go to the urgent care, and just have a good time and come see us. Come up and hang out with us, Betty.
What I wish for the future for Mom is that she remains healthy and happy for as long as possible. But what I really, really want for the future is for her to move to North Carolina to live with me and share her time with Susan, and then perhaps go back to Florida for a few months in the late winter, early spring.
My wishes for Betty's future is that she stays healthy and happy.
What I'm grateful most about with Mom, with Betty, is that she raised me as an accountable person to myself and gave me the confidence to be able to do anything I want.
I am grateful for Betty Crowther because she is a kind, open-minded person who really taught me the skills to be a functioning adult with lots of good perspective on what's really important in life.
The thing I'm most grateful for of Graham Betty is that we are able to be around her and spend time with my sons so they have a grandmother right near them and takes great care of them, and they love her so much.
I'm grateful for Grandbetty because I always know that no matter what point I'm at, there's always somebody thinking about me.
What I'm most grateful for about Grandbetty is we can go to her whenever we want to, and she'll be there to help us.
Happy birthday
To you.
Cha-cha-cha.
Happy birthday.
To you.
Cha-cha-cha.
Happy birthday, Grandbetty.
Betty Crowther.
and Betty, dear Mom Betty.
Betty.
Happy birthday to you.
Cha-cha-cha.
Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha.
Happy birthday to you.
Birthday, Missy Beck.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy.
Rennie and Sydney both wish you a happy birthday. Say happy birthday. Okay.
Happy birthday, Betty. Cha-cha-cha.
So in true Greg Schaller nature, I was not able to get him to record anything on this video except one little bit. So here it is. You know he loves you.
Happy 80th birthday, Grandbetty. I love you. I'm so glad I can spend this special day with you.
Grandbetty, I'm so thankful for you. You are always so loving and encouraging. You are always interested in what's going on in all of our lives. I just love either being with you in your home, sitting on your couch, or talking to you on the phone and hearing you talk, and just hearing your encouragement for our lives. And you're always just so positive when it comes to the situations that your grandchildren find themselves in. So I appreciate you, and I love you, and I hope you have a really happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Mom. I hope you have a great birthday, and I'm so glad that I'm there to celebrate with you. I look forward to celebrating many more birthdays with you, and I want you to know that I love you madly, and that I know that I'm your favorite daughter. Wow, I'm always telling you how old you are, but now that you're 80, you're really old. But it's okay because you look great, and you're beautiful, and I love you, and I'm so happy that you are part of my life, and I hope you have a great 80th birthday.
Happy birthday, Grandbetty. I love you so much. I miss you, and I'm really looking forward to coming and seeing you soon.
Hey, Grandbetty, just want to say happy birthday. You look a day over 21. What is it? My funniest memory with you is that one time that you visited me after I got my appendix taken out and you got me candy. Say happy birthday. Happy birthday. 80 years, huh? Wow. I think it's because of all this, how well you take care of yourself that you're still rocking. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Grandbetty. We love you.
My funniest memory of my mother is way back when I was 10 or 12 years old. We were sitting around the dinner table and I dropped my fork onto the floor and played the 10-second roll and started eating, and she looked at me and said, "You are so disgusting," and let out the biggest burp in front of all of us, and we all started rolling laughing.